Mastery trainer, done with the mastery trainer. Provisioner, we're done. In upgrades, we're done. Yep. All right, pretty much what we were hoping for. Everyone has buffs of some sort. I should really, like, read them, but I'm not going to. Disposable says, I don't think anyone here who regularly makes time in our day to watch a disembodied voice play video games is not a nerd. I hope you're all nerds. You're my type of nerds. Nerds.
Deliberation is exhausted.
So I'm gonna go to the Hoarder. I'm gonna sell some stuff. I'm going to pick up more restoratives. Why not? Abe's an AI. I've been doing this far too long for there to be an AI right now. Maybe in the future we'll have some AI. That on you.
Is the key.
I know I've mentioned this in the past, but I really hate how now in YouTube comments, the AI just wants to like write a comment response for me. We're at that point. We're at that point where you're just gonna have
A master stroke.
everything online just being AI. It's sad. 6 to 9. Honestly, I'd rather you just fight him. Okay, you failed, but, well, you know, whatever. I don't really care. You changed so hard, man.
Steady yourself.
All right, she's a little low. It would be really unfortunate to, you know, die before we actually get to use her. That's not gonna happen.
Collaboration confers advantage.
Let's wipe you. We can rush them from anywhere. Thrown Dagger does get around the guard, but here, this also gets around the guard. You are going to toss out a big heal.
This road cannot be walked alone.
God damn, I healed for 27. It's like it's good or something. Might as well move you up to the front and give you a smack. Pulled you to the front. So now you're not gonna be guarded. Oh, you had the damage bonus because you were low on health. That's right. That's how the Hellion works. I forgot. Hellion's MVP. I think the Leper was the MVP for like the middle 50%. Hellion might kill the boss on her own, but Leper was pretty good too. Honestly, the Vestal might be the MVP. We haven't needed her that much, but she's been in the back, putting out party heals and consecrations, just kind of helping out the way that she best can. Thank you, Stu. You have no healing. Well, I guess you're not the healer, but I kind of wish you had healing. All right, well, we're not gonna buy anything then. I'd rather save my money. Every DOT resist is -2 stress. Man, you could really build a cool run, potentially, with just the Skeleton Sight and the Fates Foreteller keys. Massive resists, and just resist everything. All right, we're gonna sell some stuff. What are you doing? You're applying vulnerability and always critting. I think this is fine on you. I'm not gonna give you any DOT. So we're gonna dump this and this. Please don't. See, like, why does it shift the inventory on the first cell but not on the second cell? It's so, the UI in this is so goddamn terrible. You crit every round. You have nautical compass, which is pretty good, and bleed resist piercing. Would I prefer to give you the map so you can apply negative tokens? We're not going to need this. We're not going to need this. I'll keep these, because I'm not going to buy any of these. Apply to attacker when hit, burn. That's kind of nice there. Pocket light. We do need pocket light. Yeah, I think we're just gonna maybe just like sell the milk-soaked linens, the noisemakers, the ragged coin purse. Probably not gonna use all these smoke bombs, but we have items we can use for now. And then we'll say goodbye. That was kind of a waste, but that was fine. And speaking of combat items, we don't want to use the pocket light now. We're going to hold on to the restoratives so we can use laudanum. And why don't you have a smoke bomb in case we want to smoke out an enemy. An enemy. Pocket sand. Should make that a sound effect for the stream. I should make all sound effects for the stream be like channel point gated, but I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do it. Kriya! Abomination's like, I don't know about that. She's sounds like an animal. Hey, Bullseye Barrett. Well, we can kill Bullseye Barrett in 2 turns, but we do need to kill you in the back. So I think an Iron Swan first. And then, honestly, with the crit, I think we go for this guy.
A master stroke.
Put a timer on him. You can kill the bishop. And then everyone else can focus this guy. Now we can't move him, so we might as well blight him? Yeah.
Excellent.
It's okay. He's taking 9 damage per turn. Go ahead. Hit her. Wouldn't recommend it. Did you really do 4 damage? Oh, you hit the block token, that's right. Order volley. Perfect, you're not being guarded.
Bravo.
Yoink. Thwarted again with the bot. Yep. I've been lazy and I haven't reinstalled it because I have to reinstall it
Measured
on this
and steady.
reinstall of Windows, and I've been lazy. I can be lazy sometimes, though. The audio debacle from yesterday. No, that was the result of it.
For who knows
Yeah,
what
I
lives
reinstalled
beyond.
Windows this weekend, and so yesterday's stream, I completely forgot about making sure that there was no audio desync. And so there was a little bit of audio desync yesterday, but it's been fixed since then.
Lethality writ large.
There might be 1 frame of audio desync, but only on the stream, not on the YouTube VOD.
The past is gone. Let it die.
I would classify that as a win.
We venture blindly forth.
Can't believe I forgot one thing
And its myriad dangers.
when I reinstalled Windows 11. Look, it's not great, but I think people maybe complain too much about it. I'm never gonna go to Windows 11. I mean, yeah, it's got its problems. But I'd still rather be on a supported operating system just because I don't have, like, the patience. I just want things to work. It makes sense you probably wouldn't reinstall the bot. Hey, I don't always forget things, only sometimes. $44 of 58 inventory. I'm glad we sold a bunch of garbage. Things that we didn't need. Toby Chief says, I still miss Windows 7. I still miss Windows 98. I might have like a pile of disks with various Windows installations on them. I don't think I have like floppies of Windows 3.1,
for the weary soul.
but I'm pretty sure I have like a variety pack of Windows install media. I'd have to find it and do an inventory. Versus pillagers. More fatigued, but only by 5%. Enemies get a positive token in the sprawl. The fire rises. Well, we're going to the sprawl.
Our adversaries grow bold. Punish them for it.
Does the man-at-arms even recover any stress when he's resting? I don't know, he's kind of just chilling, not really doing much. Okay, they lost relationships, so we need to rebuild their relationship. Let's start making people bleed resisty. You next. We need this good food. Earthy. Smells worse than the hags themselves. Bless this humble portion that it may imbue me with divine strength. Wah, wah. Alright, relationships. Everyone except for them. This is why I held onto the whiskey. Barely a gulp's whelpin' here. Whelp sculpin' here. Like, I deserve more whiskey than that. Okay, we'll eat some whiskey. Let's give the speed buff to you. I want you to move before the Hellion. I forgot to use this last time. Resolute chance and target ignores stress. Probably on the Vestal. But this is where we should actually check and see who has stress relief for the Vestal. If anyone does. Icor. Flashing daggers is stress relief for the Hellion. Consecration of Light is a little bit of stress relief because it's very infrequent. And some things that remove DOT, which is not the best. Put it here. Where did you find that? I know your secrets. We can't use the soup. Let's upgrade the inn. We have so many
Without tail,
inn materials.
there can be no tooth.
So we're just gonna basically upgrade like all of the first tier stuff.
That we may see this battle through to its haggard end.
Cheaper stagecoach repairs in case we need it. Oh, it's a mastery trainer guy as well. In that case, let's fully buff that one out. And then do we want to change anyone's paths? Probably Deadeye. Like, flashing daggers in the middle is nice, but I think in the back too it might be a little bit better. And then we go Throne Dagger. I don't know.
the means of
I hate
mastery.
for the boss to shuffle, but Deadeye is just more crit and more damage. Everything else is basically the same. Everything that we're going to be using is basically the same, except it's just a little bit more limited in where you can use it. The glint in the dark doesn't change at all. Repartee is also a really good defensive maneuver. Okay, I think we can do it. We'll upgrade it to be cheaper. We might have to move you, though, into the back, believe it or not. Because we really want you to not move and move up to the front. But you won't be able to use Pick to the Face from that position. I suppose the idea is that if you do move, if you repartee, if you move to the front, well, you won't be able to repartee from the front. Well, you could. You still could. We'll fiddle with this later. We don't need to do it now.
Planning and mindfulness, as vital to survival as sharpened steel.
All right, what's in the shop? What's in the shop, man? What's in the shop? So we're going to be using stew. Hold on. We're going to be using stew next. We can dump this and put on
Reconfigure.
contraption.
Meet each challenge on its own terms.
We're going to go back to the provisioner. What do you have? Trap, spiked ball, contraption, smoke bomb. We have smoke bombs already. A lot of these are pretty expensive, and I don't think we need them. I'll take Nightshade Concoction. And I think everything else is we're just gonna go. We don't need the speed from the stew. We could stack up more stalwart stew and give everyone more buffs, which would be really funny. Whatever, I'm not using the coin. Yeah, I think we don't need more smoke bombs. We're gonna move up.
Another nameless city. Another inferno of mutilation.
Good. I can still upgrade you if I need to. And, ready to go. We've used all of our items. We've eaten all of our food. 5% fatigue. We can keep rolling. All right. Rests to the sprawl. Flashing daggers only hits the back now. I think I will dump Pick to the Face. We can dump poison darts, actually. We're not using it. It does allow you to hit the front, though, which will then also apply vulnerability, which removes a block token. Duh. We got Pocket Light. There were no restoratives. This is what we want. For now. We might switch out for a repartee on the boss fight. We should also think about what we're doing with the Vestel. Because we could give her consecrations a
Behold,
heal,
the great
but it would
cities
remove
of
the
man,
consecrations when she heals.
ruined
We're not worried about lair
and the
bosses.
flame.
We fought 18,000 lair bosses on this run. I don't really care about the combat either, but it is a, known path. Time-worn volumes, books,
When deliberation
and
is
quirks. Do we
exhausted,
care about books?
Trust your instincts.
Probably not so much. Do we just want more combat for money? I guess we can do some more combat for money. We're going to be upgrading the Provisioner at the next encounter anyway, so we want more cash so we can buy stuff.
The unknown awaits.
The next tavern, we're going to upgrade to the next Provisioner, or to the max Provisioner again. Because why not? Spend our money. And it's possible we can even hit up the question mark on this path if it's a if it's a healing station. Perhaps we can buy some more pocket heals. I don't think we really need the pocket heals though. Look at how many buffs we have when we start up combat here. Jesus. So I need to, man, 20 freaking damage. I need to purge the dodge here so that the Hellion can hit and kill. Ended up not really mattering, so maybe we just go for Iron Swan, which is also a decent hit. A Beast's Bile. As long as it blights, it gets a kill.
Weakens and wanes.
And you can put out a... You already have a big block token. You must have had 2 strength tokens. Put out a consecration on... You might as well give you the consecration of fortitude. You want the tokens. So many buffs. I love the buffs you get when you use a lot of in-items. Hey, Mud, what's going on? How was the League of Rocket? I assume that you were rocketeering successfully. So a little bit of stress, but then you picked up a regen immediately. And a little bit of burn. A little bit of burn. I suppose we should, like... Oh, you're still alive. I didn't even see you. He looks like a corpse. Didn't win the tournament, says Mud. Was a god again. Damn him. We had a top 50 Snow Day player in our team too. I wasn't playing Rocket League today. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how that could have possibly happened. You didn't have me. 35% crit chance. You know, I want to have the Hellion kill you. You're annoying. 42 damage. 50, not 5,000. Let's be honest, there's not that many people who play Snow Day. Abe plays Rocket League? Not anymore, I used to. That's how I met Mud and Baze Knight and Tomahawk, who you probably don't know.
This work is noble.
Played a lot of Rocket League. Enjoyed Rocket League. So a lot of Snow Day in particular. The hockey version, where you have a puck instead of a ball, and it just kind of like slides on the ground. It's a lot of fun. We were all, you know, decent enough, but really we just had a lot of fun playing together. A lot of laughs were had. And then I stopped staying up until 4 a.m. every single night because that's when everyone played. Like from 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. it's just Rocket League, and it's like, man, I got stuff to do. I have like places to be, people to see. You know, when you get the opportunity to Iron Swan, I think you take it. Although now we can't flashing daggers, but honestly, 20 damage on you is pretty good. Nobody's comboed. I mean, if this hits you and blights you, you're dead. It didn't, so we're just gonna have the Vestal take you out. Why is there just a zombie on this fight? He should be burned. To shreds, you say? Ah, dismiss his head. In that case, let's give you some stress relief. The stress relief on you, get everyone down to, 1 pip. Should have put some stress relief on the Grave Robber anyways. We have the laudanum that we need to use at some point. Ashen Rand says, that's why I stopped game night. Those months I'm awake so late that I can't sleep and haven't had a good night since I'm at my home. Yeah.
Threats await those who dare.
Get into a bad habit of staying up too late. You don't want to do that. I like my sleep. I like sleep too much. That's my problem. Let's go question.
Destination is never in question. Only the route you take to get there.
I'm doing combat because if we're gonna go to a big shop, we're gonna make it a big shop. We'll just buy any of the heals that they have, and we'll be fine.
May flee.
But I don't want to go to a question mark when there's combat we can go to instead. I love combat. Maybe I shouldn't have reduced your relationship. You still need positives. Elites. Health, damage, and speed. I'm still faster than you. So you're dead. I mean, Whipper can probably be killed pretty easily. Take a laudanum. We're not going to be bringing laudanum into the boss fight. Heart, don't fail me. You have 1 stress. You will be fine.
Slow dissection.
And one day we'll actually, transform the abomination. I hope it's worth it because I'm not putting a lot of my eggs into his basket, but I do hope that the plan kind of pays out.
Measured and steady.
The plan of just use him to do a lot of bleed. I hope the boss can bleed. I mean, we'll probably be fine even if the boss can't bleed. But his stress could be a bit of a problem. He does have the self-heal, but it's only limited, it's only got 2 uses. It's limited use. So it's dangerous. My will is my own for now. If the boss can be blighted, he can just, put out some blights. He can use the manacles to remove strength or crit if that's a problem. Apply combo for the Hellion to do more damage. There are options for him. We got a lot of poultices.
The inn stands sturdier than it once was. But will it be enough?
I don't know. Will it? All right, final freaking in. Before I do the lower half of the upgrades, I'm gonna see if there's enough fatigue reduction that I can just
There can be no
roll the items I have or buy some items and reduce fatigue, because I could upgrade the physician for that. I don't know why I upgraded you now, because we need this first to equip the pet. They changed this, by the way, probably for this module in particular, because you need to be able to equip the pet to do the final boss. So if you couldn't do it because you didn't have the Wainwright upgraded, that would be a very awkward, like, way of losing your run. So let's quickly go to the Wainwright, equip. Oh, I still had the guild seal. I forgot to put up the tubes. My tubes. All right, well. In items. Fatigue heal, 10% nightshade, and then that means we'll have 5 and 5. I don't think we need the physician, so I'm instead going to upgrade provisioner. Is this my mouse or something? Like, no, it's when you can't click the mouse on the square. If it ever moves 1 pixel, it stops the progress. I hate that. I hate that a lot. All right, provisioner. What do we have? Increases explosive stacking. We're not utilizing explosives. There's not that much to buy. 2 triage kits, we can hold both of them. Definitely worth it. Mandrake root could be really funny, but I didn't buy these, unfortunately. Yeah, we want 2 of these, for sure. You know what? Candies and chocolate. Is this some cruel joke? I love that. Your death door resist is huge. Let's make it huger. You are pretty blight resistant. You're not. You are pretty stun resistant. I want the grave robber to have this next. Okay. Don't have this, don't have this. I can give you more food, which stacks the buff on burn resist and debuff resist. So why don't you take it, and then you take it. You can take the food. Well, is there another one in the shop? There's not. You can take this. Okay. Look at our buffs. They're incredible. I wish there was another speed poultice for the abomination, but there ain't. There ain't. 1 target chance of round start, dodge, or block for 3 regions. 33%. Boxing gloves. Take a boxing glove. Take a look at the relationships here. We need 3 whiskeys. They are cheap. That was +2. So we'll buy the other one. Okay, max. Which doesn't mean it's guaranteed that they get a positive relationship. It's 90%. Then, with 13 gold remaining, we can buy maybe just a couple of holy beads.
Something to ease the rigors of the road.
And then we'll need fatigue reduction. Okay. So holy beads. Block, dodge, speed for 3 regions. I want you to be faster, but also giving you block or dodge is nice because you don't have any other way of gaining it naturally. You are going to get the consecration and you turn it all into positives. I guess we could still stack up more on you. Look at those buffs. Like you getting block or dodge. It also turns it into a big block or a big dodge if you don't use the crit or the strength token, so. I'm gonna give it to the Abomination. Head in the sand. Pretty annoying. That's actually like hugely problematic. But it'll, you know, it'll do, it'll do. We have 1 gold and triangles. We're not spending the triangles because there's nothing here that I want. Okay. I think we're ready to go.
Planning and mindfulness.
Prepare.
As vital to
Equip the pet.
survival as sharpened steel.
We want medicine chest.
Reconfigure.
We don't need to make
Meet
poultice
each
items.
challenge on its
So
own
making more
terms.
items, you know, we can just bring stuff into the boss fight potentially. Don't need in upgrades. Don't need provisioner. Don't really need the laudanum. Don't need this. Don't need this. Don't need these 2 smoke bombs. So who's gonna get what? Critting on a smoke bomb does allow it a greater chance of applying. So I'm gonna put that on you, Grave Robber. If we have to use our crits for that, we have to use our crits for that. It might also trigger vulnerability, but I don't think so. You have a heal, so you probably don't need healing salves. I'll give it to you, so you can use it occasionally if you need it. I'm gonna give the big heal to the Hellion, because if she can use it as a crit heal if we need it, and that's basically a full heal. 2 of 7, wow. Stacking on that is huge. Should have bought more. I don't know why the stacking is so good. Oh, it's +6, not sets the stacking to 6, my bad. Now, if we, actually hold on a second, because I was also thinking about the bear trap. So if I give that to you, and this to you, then we don't use the Warhorn. We have enough strength buffs and crit buffs. We don't need Warhorn as much as we just want to be able to bleed you and then heal and then also debuff. So maybe we'll actually do this. Just give the smoke bomb to you. You can toss it out every single turn. Healing salve on you because she has a heal already. That seems okay. And then if we have a pre-combat, we'll switch these out for Pocket Light, Invigorating Intoxicants, you know, Warhorn. We can use some of these items. I might also want the Magic Mushroom now that I think about it. But here's the thing. I don't know if this affects the enemy party or my party. I think it affects the enemy party. Because if it's in blue, it's the enemy. I think, yeah. Blue is the enemy. Yellow is me. Allies. So I think this enemy reduces their healing. We might want to have magic mushrooms in this fight. I don't know. We're going up here.
Be damned. The day is upon us.
We have to go through the tangle to get there.
Mud and rain. Resignation and
I wonder if that
death.
makes him look up every single time he hears it.
This land is truly barren.
Everyone has the abilities I want them to have. Everyone has all of their abilities
Learn what
unlocked.
can be taught, that you may stand
So
just
we'll
a
think
little
about it as
taller
we,
at the end.
you know, get in there. And we're good. I think we will be fine. We have a ton of items and a ton of buffs and a lot of damage and a good party. I forgot to bring the leper and the crusader here. They've been hanging out at camp the entire time. That's pretty funny.
While the heart still beats,
Heal,
Desire
remove
will
DOT,
never
manacles, and
die.
adrenaline rush. Okay. Because we have to go through the tangle, I think we do have a region. So we'll equip stuff. Just like the Beast Clan, it was the same thing there. Yeah.
Rewards.
Combats and then the loom. Actually gonna
Resignation.
make a shirt out of my skin. So because we have time, you're gonna take Invigorating Intoxicant. You're not gonna use these, you're not gonna use these, you're not gonna use these. Instead, we can give you a war horn. We can have some smoke bombs, and might as well laudanum away this stress. No, take chalk dust. Yeah, I would like them to not be stealthed and also to remove their dodge. Right, and then let's also take, well, because this is a pre-fight, let's not worry about swapping out skills. We don't need to. We'll just pre-fight. We're like pre-gaming, pre-fighting. So we have a crit. It's probably better to just hit the pot. They're not stealthed, so we don't need chalk dust right now. Could also flashing daggers, and then we can guarantee get a kill with the swan. Hit the pot, remove the dodge token, Iron Swan, use this.
In crisis, we can rely only upon each other.
I love getting that kind of guaranteed early kill. And then honestly, let's put out a Beast's Bile. It could poison the pot, but it also removes the dodge. You have a crit. I appreciate that. Cauldron Bubble. So they're gonna get stealth tokens. And that's fine, because we can remove the stealth. It would be nice to not get stealth anyways. So let's do this. You do have a lot of crits now, though. $20 damage, 50-50. He can crit the pot. Or the Vestal can help. I want to take the 50-50 here. Glad we did. No one has any stress, which is nice. And goodbye. Don't even get any items. Now. Ooh, I like the look of this place. All the hands tied up. So there's gonna be one more route combat, which I think is this one. I just don't want to accidentally run into the boss, but I think we'll be fine. I should have actually swapped out items, but whatever, we'll just use what we have. We have enough.
Cunning. You may outwit them yet.
You did something. I'd love for the Hellion to just kill the Virago. Like, focus her down first, because she's very annoying.
Excellent work.
And we're, I mean, definitely there. Could also kill you. You know what? One shot, one kill. I'll take it. We have extra smoke bombs, so I'm gonna use it. All right, you're gonna be on death's door, but you will get an attack out. That's fine. You missed. You suck. Wow, speed token. It gave you a lot of speed on this turn. My God. You went from, we have, how much speed do we have? 18. And with 1 speed, you still went first on the next round. I guess it just makes you go first on the next round? Is that the deal? Execution. You were dead anyways, but I'll still take it. All right, do we have any pocket items we need to use? I don't think so.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
Might as well use another one of these, because, again, we have no reason not to use them. We still have 4 in the backpack. We can only bring 4 in.
Stupendous.
Like, combo, critting, doing a lot of damage, getting that guaranteed crit, applying multiple vulnerability, critting for 55. Without strength.
All problems have their solutions.
Shouldn't have done that. There could have been a
Even the
second
big
phase.
ones.
A surprise phase. Okay. I wanted you to have the big heal. I wanted you to have the middle heal. I wanted you to have the smoke bombs, I think. What did I want you to have? No, you have the bleed. You can have the heal. You can have the smoke bombs. I didn't use any pocket light, so we're gonna be a little bit low. I'm so dumb. It's fine. We'll be at 68. Stop laughing. I know I forgot to use my pocket light. What the heck? It's not 1 witch, it's 2 witch. Okay, this looks like a 3 wide. She Who Weaves enables burn and negative token effects on skills. I mean, we're highly resistant to burn and we have buffs to resisting to burn because we drank her stew. Ally behind on attack. Next attack copies positive tokens. So she steals my tokens. We have a Mother Spitter in the front. Mother of Threads with 240 HP.
Analysis is the natural prelude to action.
Mother Spitter, She Who Weaves. Cool looking boss. Covered in spiders. Look at the spider on her wrist. It's crawling around. Does getting enough speed give you a second action per round? Unfortunately, no. What a horrible looking boss, though. Okay, so I wonder if the ability is because the spider's active or because of something else. It could be, what I'm thinking is that this boss might have multiple different kind of forms or attack modes. Regardless, we could hit and do some damage or maybe try to burn through the dodge tokens. I think I'd rather hit and then just set up a vulnerability and then someone else can worry about the dodge tokens. We need like the inverse of flashing daggers. It hits the front. That's what we need. So 42, I could also crit for 75. I don't want to move you back, so I'm just gonna hit the 42.
A master stroke.
And let's smoke bomb you and get the consecrations out. Fortitude goes on the Hellion. This is a great time for the transformation because we can do the swipe and hit both the spider and the boss. And they are bleedable. It's not super bleedable, but a little bleedable. So we'll rake.
Well done.
We did hit the spider. Look at that. Okay. Atropos. Burn resist, which applies regen because we have the food. You're just a spider, so now we are blinded.
Anxiety.
Ariadne's threads stun resist, so that was a stun move. So you try to bind me. Enables burn and negative token effects on
Let's take a
skills.
closer look at the thing. And with
So
closer
the burn here
investigation-
and the daze there, maybe? It says daze pull. Oh, the stun resist was not a stun, it was a daze effect. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. That makes way more sense. Yeah, pretty good animations too, although I'm paying more attention to my health bars than the boss.
Excellent
So
work.
there's 30.
A
Missed, but it
miscalculation,
cleared the
perhaps.
blind. Take another hit. And we're dazed. So what do we got? Spit,
Steady yourself.
crit, and he's blinded again. Fate's Measure. Damage, big vulnerability. That was a great attack.
This is no time to
Atropos. That's huge damage. Good God. She does have a lot of regen, but that was a huge damage hit. We probably want to put out a heal, but she could always heal herself, or we could heal her with combat items. We have so many of them. Kind of want to get out of Consecration. Yeah. Well, more regen might actually be better right now. Consecration next. And she's got 20 regen. So take a heal. Because I really do want to keep smacking her. Applying vulnerability. We could kill the spider. Nah, I'm gonna let the Abomination kill the spider. It also gives him stress release. Scurf! Great scurf. It's rage? Yeah, rage. Oh, but it's not gonna kill. So I might just rake again. And then have him untransform next turn. Okay, we already have the smoke bombs out. I could kill the spider. I think I'm going to Consecration you. Because if the Abomination's gonna have to take a turn off, he's not gonna attack. Okay. Good miss. Good miss. She Who Weaves. Increases damage and enables pull knockback effects. I see. So you do change your form a bit. Now you have a fungus. We can't heal. And you steal my regen. As good as this is, I think I want to just Iron Swan you and make sure that I don't have to deal with your nonsense. That's a very, bad thing to have active, I think. You stealing my, heals and regen is terrible. I think I'm just gonna smack you. Hit you with another big bleed. Yeah. I mean, you have no bleed resist somehow. Resisted the smoke bomb. Unfortunate, but you are gonna be on death's door.
Well done.
That fungus is awful. It is, that's why I wanted to make sure it got killed. Atropos. That's a high damage move, man. 28 to 9. That's huge. So we've done it. Honestly, expected considering we had so many buffs. But a couple of things to pay attention to. Because the spider was out, we had burn and debuffs. By killing the spider, that changed to damage, pull, and stealing regen, I think. I didn't see the token change at the end of each turn. It was only when we killed the spider, I think. So, and she hits like a freaking truck, but she also seems to only hit the front 2 positions like a truck. So frontline defense definitely works well there, dodge or block. Ideally dodge. It might be the case where you just don't want to kill the spider. You want to just let it sit there, because if you kill the spider, that mushroom stopping your heal, that's going to suck. You really don't want the mushroom to not only stop your heal, but make the boss steal your regen. If you have the magic mushroom, the boss won't be able to heal if it copies your regen. But, you know, ideally don't let that happen to begin with. And again, definitely stack up. I'm realizing something. The soup counters the spider. The magic mushroom kind of counters the enemy mushroom by preventing them from the boss from healing. Yeah. Username says, I'm 2 for 2. I was in the final party for both boss kills. Ashenran says, I'm 1 for 2. Ripped to the duelist who died in the first region. Yep, double crit early. Yeah, okay, so the stew, first of all, the stew was just great, enabling burn resist to give you regen and debuff resist to give you fatigue heal. That's just long term. But that does kind of counteract the She Who Weaves ability, or whatever the token was, if that is in fact tied to the spider. I don't exactly know. It could be tied to whether the boss is in front or behind, or maybe it just happened to change on like the 3rd turn when we killed the spider. It could just be it was a coincidence. But more damage on that boss would suck. I'd rather have to deal with burn and then just make sure you stock up on burn resists. Fun boss fight. But ultimately it was just, we had stacked up enough buffs ourselves. It was a steamroll. We got a little bit low on the Hellion, but then they just immediately healed it with the regen and then with a heal from the Vestal. Vestal gave him something. No, the regen and the heal from the Grave Robber. They had a restorative. But yeah, like she hit like a freaking truck. If you were doing this with a Crusader and a Leper, just put the Crusader and the Leper in front, give them blocks. Activate their block abilities early. Yeah, we did have 20 regen on the Hellion because we drank the stew. And so every time we resisted burn, she got regen out of it. A lot of regen out of it. It makes the stew I think the best item you can bring for this, because if you can just give yourself all the stew, it doesn't matter if they burn, you can just out heal them. And technically, if you had 12 of those stews, you could give everyone in your party 3 stacks of the buff before you have to go in there, because it lasts for 3 regions. We survived with 5 characters. We had 8. we had the Crusader, we had the Leopard, we had the Man-at-Arms. But you know what? At the very least, I learned not only about the module, but more about how to actually handle the Kingdoms modes, and especially the in defense. Because that was definitely my weakest aspect of the game. But now I understand, give them the signal flares, send them out into the world. It works much better that way. Would have been fitting to have the Crusader for burning the heretic alive. It would have been fitting to have the Crusader run around with the dagger, claiming everyone who's wanting help is a witch. I still don't know exactly why previously when we were doing those encounters, we killed real innocent people instead of the witches when we were doing the quest. I think it just has to be the person who has the dagger needs to be the one engaging in combat. Or it's random, I don't know. But it would be funny to have the Crusader being the one doing that. Because you know, he would be totally fine with, you know, a few innocents being sent to meet God if it meant burning heretics. That was fun though. I had a lot of fun with this Kingdoms mode with the quests. The quests were a lot of fun. Being able to like take the dagger and upgrade it through, you know, several encounters. Fighting witches in the middle of other parties, like other enemy compositions. That was fun. The Beastman quests were a lot of running around to different regions, to not only different regions, but, well, yeah, you had to do different regions. But you were running around to find specific nodes on the map. Find a medic, find a hoarder, find a watchtower, find a creature den. Which makes it take a lot more time. And then like the second half of the quest is just fill your inventory with 15 body parts, and then you never get to use a trophy. No, you never get to use your stagecoach inventory. Because for the entire second half of the game, you have no stagecoach items. You have corpse wagon. That's right, I remember now. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I liked the module. I like what they're doing with Darkest Dungeon. This is a lot of fun. Now, are you done until the next update, asks Glader? I don't know. It really does depend on what people want. You know, I'll do my normal polls in chat, and if people want more Darkest Dungeon, we can play more Darkest Dungeon. There are, of course. Blah.
The kingdom is under siege.
The Beast Clan, which we can redo, or the Secrets of the Coven, which we can redo, and there are 3 different maps we can choose from. Concentrated and action-packed, it seems like Convergence does not require as much in management. Ridgeline definitely does. And on top of that, you also have more difficulty. We were playing on Stygian. Blood Moon is 1 more difficulty up. But honestly, like, we would have won Blood Moon. Blood Moon doesn't actually, like, these difficulties, they don't actually change how the combat operates. It only changes your day limit and, like, whether or not you can lose ins. So if we were doing this, what I would probably do is, like, truly random starting skills and then full random starting paths. Just, like, randomize the heroes completely, and we'll see what happens. I wouldn't change the day limits too much, just because, you know, you are pushing it a little bit here. But yeah, I like Darkest Dungeon 2. For now, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more, check me out on Twitch for when I go live. Support the channel at the various links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next Darkest Dungeon 2 module.